Today's episode of The Read Pile is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
I'm Elle, and I changed my hair again.
And I am the Sussman, Rick Sussman. And this is a cat fuck. You are watching The Read Pile.
It's the week of November 18th, and here's some comic book news you can use.
First, I need to let you guys know, we're taping this a little bit later in the week because I was at NXT last night, had my mayoral duties, had to do that. Kind of lost my voice a little bit. So, expect a short show with quick reviews. Yes. 10 of you are very disappointed. 9 of them are me. So, also,
Yes.
Friday this week was the debut of Netflix's new Marvel show, Jessica Jones, which was formerly Alias, which was formerly AKA Jessica Jones. But you have not seen the episodes yet.
I have not.
I have watched 2,
Weird.
just because I happen to be here.
Yeah, but it was really weird because I was watching Netflix and I finished the first. Oh wait, no, what was I watching? I was watching something. I think I was rewatching Bob's Burgers for like the 9-month time. I was doing stuff, and I got to the last episode that Netflix had, and then bam, it starts this trailer. I didn't ask it to do a trailer, but this is the first time it blew my mind that Netflix is doing this. I don't know if this is like a new thing now. Like he's like, oh, you finished the whole entire series today.
You should watch something else.
Maybe you should watch a trailer or something new that's about to happen. Like, I don't know. I really don't like Netflix judging me. I mean, the trailer was good. I thank you, Netflix.
How do you like? How do you like your favorite Doctor, your on-again, off-again boyfriend, David Tennant, as the main villain, the Purple Man, Kilgrave?
It was nice to see him. Nice. I'm gonna pretend when I'm watching it that he is still the Doctor, but he's playing a part.
Now, do you know, for those viewing at home, do you know anything? Do you know anything about Jessica Jones? Do you know anything about aliens? Okay, good.
So to me, I'm gonna be one of those people where I'm enjoying it as the show, not the comic, but
I can tell you from the first 2 episodes that I saw, there's a lot of fan service. They did a good job staying to the storyline, like with Daredevil, and it's 2 episodes in, it's fabulous. Ready to review some books because I'm gonna need some sort of tea or something for this. What was that?
time for comic book reviews. We are going to start with Beauty. Alright, we are already on issue 4. It doesn't really feel like it's issue 4. It feels like maybe it's a lot sooner. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm not dreading like, oh man, okay, we're issue 4. I'm like, oh wow, we're already at issue 4. I'd like to believe that's a good thing. Because I'm completely drawn into this whole thing. This issue doesn't feel like it really moved along with the storyline. We didn't really learn too much new stuff. You know, it just continues where the detectives are oddly paired up with the anti-beauty group to be able to spread the word that there's a possibility for this, you know, this cure, this vaccine or whatever. And, you know, they're having to rely on more people, but they got this madman that's out constantly trying to kill them. and he is, he's like annoyingly insane. And the mask, oh my god, I don't know. It's, I want to know more about that guy. I want to know more about his background, and that's just going to keep me reading. And I want to know, like, what all these other little side stories are. Like, who is this group over here that says, you know, this and that? And It's got me all over the place for good reasons, and I gotta keep reading. Moving on, talking about being all over the place. Harley Quinn. That poor chick. Oh my gosh, as nuts as she is, she just finds a million different things that are just going on, pulling her in all these different directions. You know, and it doesn't seem like the team of Harleys are really helping that much. Maybe they're doing all these little side things, but all these major issues that are going on, it's still her that's having to deal with it. And, well, you know, last issue, it kind of made it seem like, oh, she's gonna stick around in Cali for a little bit longer. No, she's homesick. She wants to go home. That was kind of funny, you know. You start to read, she's like, nah, I gotta go home. But of course, the second she's like just steps foot into the airport when she's home, she's already in trouble. You know, there's this old, you know, nemesis that's back. You wouldn't believe who and how. It's, of course, ridiculous. And then you got missing close friend, and poor Mason, stuff's going down in prison, and no wonder she's crazy. But I love it. Moving on. Pick of the week. Clean room. It is my pick of the week. Not because we learned a lot in this issue. There's actually more questions. So many more questions. And I think that is positive. Because when you start to learn more and there's like double the questions now, that means there is some serious stuff going on. We are just barely touching the surface. And I like that. I like the fact that poor Chloe is just, she doesn't even understand what is going on as Astrid. I don't know, powers or whatever is going on with her, she doesn't even realize how deadly it is going on with her. And I'll go ahead and spoil this. We get to go into the clean room. Already. Issue 2. I don't think that's even probably. I have a feeling that's not even a hint of what is going on, and that is what excites me. Because I read Gail Simone stuff, and I got this feeling like this is just this issue is nothing. Like this issue is like, oh yeah, you think this is me? You don't even know what's going on. And I love that, and it excites me, and I get chills. Alright, let's see what Rick has to say.
Thank you, Elle, for your reviews. I'm sure people will find them much more easy to understand than what they're about to hear, because, as I mentioned at the top of the show, I was at NXT last night doing my best mayoral job, and in doing so, I kind of lost my voice a little bit. So these will be quick, and let's get to it. First, I stole a book from Elle, Rat Queens. I felt I needed to review it this week. I have an admission. This isn't going to be much of a review as much as it is a simple admission. I blew off Rat Queens after the first 6-issue trade that we reviewed. Elle picked it up and continued reading it, but I have also been reading it. It's really good. There's just something so endearing about these 4, 5, 6, all of these characters. They're so much fun. And for whatever reason, I simply cannot stop reading this story. We are continuing with the storyline of trying to kill the old gods, and we've now gone to Mage University and all the fun that it goes into that. We're starting to meet new players, and man, Rat Queens is just really good, and quite honestly, I had to say that on the internet, since my original review of it was not super positive, because I was wrong. Moving on. We got a new issue of Wayward, guys! Look, it's Wayward 11! The American manga that I so very much love from Jim Zub continues as we learn more about the new gods of Japan. A lot of gods, a lot of quotes this week. And why, just because they're superpowered kids that are trying to do good, they may not in fact be the goodies here, I suppose. We are seeing the storyline now more from the main villain perspective. And, you know, it's one of those situations where, oh, excuse me, Swiss, sorry, I didn't mean to annoy you there. It's one of those things where you start to wonder that maybe the good guys aren't the good guys, maybe the bad guys aren't bad guys, they're just order, you know, it's like, it's order versus chaos, it's the need for these beings to exist versus the want that they have to control things. I'm loving Wayward. Anyone who comes into any comic shop looking for manga, you gotta check out Wayward. It is a fabulous storyline. Speaking of fabulous stories, Secret Six, number 8. You might have realized over the months that we are big Gail Simone fans here, but Secret Six is becoming, to me, the Fantastic Four book that I always wanted to read. I mentioned this in my last review of Secret Six. It's just so much fun watching this ragtag group of people come together and become a family. And I love Catman, but the fact that he fights Aquaman, you know, cat versus fish, and it's such a big to-do. Oh my god, that's such a great sequence of events. Or the idea of the Justice League Dark is getting involved in the Secret Six's affairs because they keep meddling in magic that they don't understand. Very, very Indian in the cupboard-esque. Lots of really fun things happening. Oh, and of course that cliffhanger at the end where everyone may be dead again? Sort of becoming a staple of Secret Six, but that's kind of why I like the book, is that this is a group of people that are a family, but they are constantly finding themselves in the worst conceivable trouble. And that's sort of what makes you want to read more. Now, let's get the pick of the week going. Good. Graphic is good. 3 for 3 paybacks. Yes, I realize I love this book more than I probably should. But the references. My god, the references. Also, the fact that there is probably the greatest reference in the history of movie, where we're watching Friday, and the one guy pulls off his glasses, and Ice Cube and I can't remember his name, Ruby Rod from Fifth Element, they both sit there on the porch. Chris Tucker. They both sit there on the porch, and they go, "Damn!" And we get that same damn reaction twice in this issue. It is so much fun to read paybacks. The comedy, the references, and the storyline. The interesting take on superheroes. And where do you go when you don't have any powers and you want to do something for all of these things. It is so good. It is definitely worth checking out. 3 issues in, 3 picks of the week. Holy moly, great book. For you, our loyal followers of The Read Pile, we have an awesome offer from Audible.com. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their awesome service. You can download some really great books like The Hobbit, the unabridged version from Tolkien. You can download Divergent, Lean In, lots of great stuff to check out. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Again, that's audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia for your free audiobook.
Yeah. So.
Say the line.
That's this week for the read pile.
Could have told me we were coming in earlier. Just stop it with Catbug. I want to thank we have a lot of new followers. Put Catbug down. We have a lot of new followers this morning, specifically thanks to a new app that I downloaded to add to our menagerie of social media. It's called Periscope. And I kid you not, we had over 60 people viewing our Periscope of the NXT show last night. We had a lot of people commenting, and we gained half a dozen followers in 3 hours just by Periscoping like 5 minutes of video. So for all of you new followers out there, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be Periscoping a lot more. I know I alluded to doing an unboxing of this Harley Quinn about, a month ago. But with Periscope, it's going to be super easy, and we'll probably get it done for you in the next day or so, because of how easy it is. So be on the lookout for live Periscopes coming up real soon from your friends at the Read Pile. We'll see you guys next week. This might be the outro. Just watching you try to take this out.